Thank you so much for checking back with us on this series of short video clips on post-crisis readiness. In this particular video clip, we're going to look at this next phase of the post-crisis season. Phase 1 is when one-on-one gatherings are allowed. Phase 2 is when small group gatherings are allowed. How can we as leaders help equip our people? How can we make the most of this season instead of missing the boat, swinging and missing that ball, and somehow failing to seize this rare opportunity God has given us? Much like the period of time when one-on-ones are allowed, the small gathering time is going to have two different ways we could go as leaders. Our default way is going to be to go back to doing what we did with small groups. We resume our Bible studies, we start up our classes, we put all of our energy into the stuff that makes our institution, our programs, our organization go back to working again. So we're going to naturally want to focus on that part of it. What I want to suggest in this particular video clip is that we think outside the box and we look at this opportunity to ask, what small gatherings of people that don't know Jesus could our people be involved with during this short window when small gatherings are allowed? You might ask, where are those small gatherings that people that don't know Jesus going to be? Well, for one thing, there's going to be extended families, family gatherings that are going to happen, and not everyone in our extended family knows the Lord. There might be small groups of friends, organizations, clubs, causes, leadership teams outside the church that our people are a part of, that they're going to have a chance to have influence and have conversation about processing what just happened to all of us. There are other things that we could look at as well in small gatherings. Perhaps hobbies, perhaps pursuits that we do. Maybe our workplaces are going to start having small gatherings, and we're going to be able to have small lunches and meals together in small groups as well. In the same way, as in the one-on-one time, the small gathering context is a great opportunity to ask this big question: what just happened to all of us? What did we just go through? What was it like for you? What did you learn about yourself? What are some beautiful and good things that you saw during this crisis? What are some ugly things within you and around you that you saw come out when the crisis was happening? There's a lot of excellent questions that we could be asking in our small groups, helping the people that don't know Christ begin to process and think about those deeper questions. And as we wrestle together, as they share their story, we're going to have the chance to tell what we learned, what we went through, what we experienced, and what we saw. So we're processing what we've all been through in a small group context. And one of the things that really helps open the door to that, it sounds weird, but confession and self-honesty, where I lead with, here are the ugly things I had to work through. Here are the character issues that rose up that I needed to get help with. Here are the my bad tendencies that got worse that I realized I need to do a course correction. And when we lead with confession, when we talk about how we failed, how we had to get help, and we can talk about who we went to get help with. We got help in our community, but most of important is we got help from the Lord. He graced us. Where we were failing, He restored us. Where we were afraid, we got re-anchored. Where we were selfish, He opened us up in love to care for other people. That is a story that really penetrates deeply in these group contexts and makes people curious. Wow, tell me more about that. In summary, there is a second short window when the post-crisis world begins. The first was those one-on-one conversations. The second is small group gatherings. And if we're wise as leaders, we won't monopolize all that in interior institutional church gatherings, but we'll free up our people to begin to put their energies into gatherings where people that don't know Jesus, pre-believers, will be, and we can then help them process it and point them to the Lord and show them the beauty of grace that we received that they could have as well. Thank you and stay tuned. We're going to talk about in the next video something else we can do during this small group gathering time.